I didn't think about that. I guess like it's more common for like I wouldn't call anyone any male in my peer group a boy, but like whenever I'm talking about some girl,
right?
It's
dude.
woman.
Motley Crue, they had to change that song.
women.
Yeah, it sounds way shittier, but like everyone feels better about it.
Grown-up, human, comic, people! Grown-up, human, comic, people!
This is Volume 2, Episode 38 of Grown-Up Human Comic People. Gentlemen, cheers.
Cheers.
I'll have glasses. There you go. All right. There we go. All right. Welcome to the show. We'll go to my left. Introduce all the people here today. to
your left, Greg's bag.
To my left, Greg's bag, and then we have Dan's
lighter.
headset and some whiskey, and then we have J-Man.
Hey.
And then we got Greg.
That's me.
And then we have Daniel's headphones, and I'm Jared. Welcome to the show. You can find us at grownuphumans.com, epicastnetwork.com/grownuphumans. Shout out to Epicast. They do some good shit up there. If you need to get in podcasts or something going off the ground, go check out Epicast. Buzzy and Nick do a cool job. Rate and review our show on iTunes or Google Music or whatever. It helps our visibility, and we'll read whatever you write on the internet. Even though I just realized that I did, like I didn't read them again this time.
Yeah,
someone actually told me. I think there is one up there that I.
So shout out to Brian Sykes, Hal, who told us that he wrote us an iTunes review. I think.
Oh yeah.
Remember at the show?
He did.
He said, "Read your iTunes reviews, motherfucker," and because we keep saying like, "Oh, nobody's reading us," and I guess that he had.
Right.
And
I don't have an iPhone.
I was about to say, I don't think any of us. Currently, there's only 3 of us here, and I don't think any of us can access iTunes right now.
Yeah, that's a good point. We have our stuff on iTunes, but we have no way of looking at the iTunes things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quit using Apple stuff, everybody. Can we all agree on that?
Dude, I tried to, because Greg had said to me after we uploaded the album and stuff, he goes, well, look on iTunes. I want to see what it looks. And I'm like, as soon as I went to their site, you can't do anything. There's a download button in the corner, and I'm like, nope. I'm not going anywhere near that.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, you can't even just search like your music on iTunes. It's
Nope.
like, no, you have to have iTunes taking over your whole fucking computer to look at anything. So, sorry, iTunes.
bonus fuck 'em.
Bonus fuck 'em. Yeah. But no, seriously, we'll find someone with an iPhone that can access those reviews. We'll have to write them down. We have to print them out from someone who has access.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can find us on Stitcher, Libsyn, Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud at Grown Up Human Comic People. Though, I just thought of this. It's if people are listening right now, they already know where to find the show. I guess, right? Was that redundant of me to say where all the platforms you can find us on?
I don't know.
Sam. No.
Yeah.
Everybody else says them, I think.
Yeah. Well. Okay. So the Twitter, the Tumblr, and the Instagram, you can act. That does make sense to say that. Just follow what's going on. We have put pictures and shit up at Grown Up Humans. So follow us on all those things. We're sponsored by Southside Comics at 1931 East Carson Street. Go out and check out the shop. Dan owns the place, and he will supply you with excellent reading materials. And we're also sponsored by Radical Trivia. Go out and go to radicaltrivia.com and check out some sweet local live trivia events around town. We got some plugs. Plug MidKnight Rose. Greg, you want to say?
Well, we'll make more of a deal about this later, I think, because
we have a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, but in general, though, standard plug as we've been saying, MidKnight Rose, sweet band, local band, happens to have all 3 of us in it, and so if you want us to come party down at your shindig, have a space in your basement or corner of your living room, we'll set up, be loud, give you a reason to have a keg in there and about 50 or 100 other people, and I don't know. Make you have the time of your lives.
Yeah, we also have pants that make our butts look good.
Yeah. what was it? I think Jerry said one time that a guy commented at a show, that guy has an ass better than my wife's.
No, dude, that was at a bar.
Was it a bar?
That was at Tammy's. I was standing over by the bar, and some old yinzer I hear yell out from across the room, "He's got a better ass than my wife." Yeah.
That's good.
I'll take those compliments. I don't.
Hell yeah.
Hey, a compliment's a compliment, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take them where you can get them.
That's happened a few times with guys.
I mean, you got those tight-ass leather pants. You know,
Yeah.
some people are going to notice.
That was in jeans. That was.
Maybe you just have a great ass. I don't know.
It's that good.
I think getting a comment like that from like an old yinzer man is like that's pretty high. That's high praise.
Yeah, that is.
Because those guys don't like to say shit like that.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, you could check us out. We're on, of course, Reverb Nation, Bandcamp. Search, MidKnight Rose, MidKnight, and Rose, and then you'll find all kinds of cool stuff from us, which we'll talk a little bit about later on after the plugs.
Yeah.
So.
And go to metamesh.org. I'm sorry, metamesh.org, and donate and help them out. They bring free Wi-Fi to people who need that sort of thing, which is everybody. So, they do good work over there. Shout out to Monkey and Becky who run that. And let's go into Castlevania.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we decided to talk about the new Castlevania show on Netflix, which I believe is 4 episodes, correct?
4 episodes, yeah. It's one season. Just to get the negative out of the way, why is a season only 4 episodes long?
Someone actually explained that to me last night.
Really?
Yes, because whoever was trying to get it produced, I guess I'm not sure if Netflix was trying to get it done. Anyway, I want to say that because Castlevania, I'm pretty sure, is owned by Capcom. So,
It was originally a Konami game.
oh, Konami. It was
Okay,
you're right. It's
good.
Konami. Sorry,
Yeah.
you're right. Konami. So Konami. I guess somebody, either Netflix or somebody, went to Konami and said like, "Hey, we want to make a show," and they were like, "Okay, but we're not going to give any money for it." And they were like, "Okay, well, we really want to do this." So I guess they only had the budget for 4 episodes.
Oh, okay.
And whatever production company, whoever they wanted to get to make it, they were like, "Okay, well, with the money you gave us, we can give you like 4 episodes." And they were like, "That's fine. Just give us 4." And then they made it, and I guess they got it's awesome. So they got approved for a second season.
Okay, so subsequent seasons may likely be more than 4, perhaps a dozen at least, or something.
They probably weren't expecting it to be so big.
Mm-hmm.
They just did it like those Resident Evil movies they put out.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
animated ones where it's just like probably mostly just people who are hardcore fans. They're probably just expecting that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if there's, it's funny to say, like, one of my major, I guess, like, the biggest complaint that I have about it is just there's not more of it. So that's a good thing, I suppose. Because, it's, I mean, good animation and everything. Before even getting into the particulars about, like, the music, which isn't perfect, I'll get on that later, but it kind of follows, do you guys, so there are a bunch of games, obviously, in this series. The first game came out in 1986, but there was Dracula 3, which was Castlevania 3, which is the prequel.
Yeah.
Did you guys happen to play that?
I never played 3. No.
How about you, Jerr?
Wait, was
Is that for Super Nintendo?
No, the Super Nintendo was Super Castlevania 4. Yeah.
Okay.
But on NES, there was Castlevania, then there was Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, and then it was Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. I forget what year that came out. But what's interesting about that is that your main character in the first 2 games was Simon Belmont, and I forget what year it takes place. And the third game, it went back in time to this time period that this show is set in, 1476, and you played an ancestor, Trevor Belmont. But the other characters that are in there, like it was only when I played that third game that I thought to myself, like, this would make a really cool movie, because it was before I ever took any television seriously, because it usually wasn't that good. But I remember thinking, like, this would make a really cool movie, because there were other characters that you could play either as Trevor Belmont or as Sypha, which I now know is pronounced Sypha Belnades. I said Sypha Belnades because I was 10. Or Alucard, who's Dracula's son, who ended up showing up later in Castlevania Symphony of the Night, the best game out of all of them. Or there was another character that thus far hasn't surfaced yet in the show, called Grant Dynasty. He was like a pirate that could climb on walls and stuff. But just because it was the first time in a Castlevania game, there were multiple characters and they all looked pretty sweet in design, and like they had cool backstories too. I thought like they would make a cool story. And finally, years later, 30 years later or something, 25, they finally put it out, which is sweet.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you should say that you hoped that there was going to be a movie made, because you're right. Like I really haven't really thought about that in years. Where when we were younger, if you wanted something to be like really cool, like they'd make a movie out of it. If you wanted like, you didn't think like, oh, that could be a cool TV show, because like if you made usually if you made a TV show about it, it was going to suck.
Yeah.
Like we were just watching the Incredible Hulk the other day.
Yeah.
With the one with Thor, when we were all just wasting time. That shit was terrible, like bad. But if you wanted a good thing, you'd be like, oh, hopefully they make a movie out of this.
Right. Better budget and everything.
Yeah. But now, like a lot of TV is more legit than movies. At this point.
I was just like, whenever I first heard that Kiefer Sutherland was making a TV show for Fox called 24, I was like, man, he's better than that.
Yeah.
And that was like the first really good TV show that of like the modern, 2000s or whatever. Yeah, and like really, I mean, I guess if we were talking about the length of, we were talking earlier about the length of this season, where it's 4 episodes, and each episode's like under 20. It's like 23 minutes and some change. So it's probably about a hair over an hour and a half in length total, which is about the length of a movie. So cool, Yeah, there we have it.
I got through the whole series, and I wasn't watching to see how many episodes there were, so I just was just kept hitting next, and then I went to hit next, and I was like, oh, that's all. Okay, that's all. Fuck.
Just as it gets really sweet.
It's about to jump off really hard, and I was excited, and then nothing.
Yeah.
But
sometimes when I see shit like that, I just wait.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, there's only 4. I'll just wait until there's more that comes out.
Yeah.
Because it's just going to make me want more.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. But from what we got, who do you? Either one of you guys want to like go over the kind of the like the plot or like the general outline of the story?
I actually didn't watch it.
Okay. Oh, you didn't watch it? Okay. Well, okay. So
I watched Twin Peaks instead, so we're going to talk about that.
Okay.
So
we can. You guys can.
Which we will.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just saying I had forgot about watching that, and I'd seen there were only 4 episodes, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. So just a brief summary. So Greg, you can correct me if I'm forgetting anything. So Dracula, it begins with this woman finding Dracula's castle, right?
Yeah.
And she basically like earns his respect, and like they're married eventually, and like it's a couple of years later this happens, right? A couple of years later, like
I actually forgot the date when she first approached the castle, and I meant to go back and check. So I don't know how much time passed where that was him first meeting her. Yeah, and this is not spoiling anything other than the very first scene, because like that first scene has a lot of tension to it. Because this woman shows up at the castle, and you know that she's like, in your mind, you know that she's about to get annihilated by Dracula because she's in way over her head. And it's pretty funny though, the dialogue they have where she's like, well, aren't you going to offer me a drink? And he's like, how about I take a drink from you? And then she's like, that's fucking rude. But no, eventually like he's like, you know what, I kind of like you. And then fast forward, they're married. And
long story short, this town like burns her as a witch, and he gets pissed. He looks like, you guys killed Dracula's wife. So then all hell starts to break loose, because Dracula is he's like, all right, fucking humanity is, I'm done with all of you. You're all gonna die. I'm gonna wipe you out. So he pretty much starts to like unleash hell after hell on this town, and then Trevor Belmont kind of materializes and starts to help people. But like you don't. I know initially I wasn't, and that's like, fuck Dracula. I was like, no, that's fucking, I hope all these people die. They shouldn't have burned her as a witch. That's fucked up. Yeah. Like, they can all suck a dick.
That's so awesome. That they think they're burning a witch, but like they just piss off something is worse than a witch.
Oh, yeah.
Like they totally just, innocent bystander, totally missed the shot on that one.
Oh,
Holy shit.
Especially because, they burned her as a witch because she was like a woman of science.
Yeah.
Like a very early woman of science. And Dracula actually like had a hand in kind of because she was trying. I forget why she initially approached the castle, but
because she just heard that he was like a man of knowledge,
right?
And he. So she showed up and like he showed her the room where he has all his alchemy and tools and instruments and stuff, and she's like, "Oh wow, we can like really help people like this." And and she wanted to become a doctor, or like was a doctor and wanted to become a better doctor or something.
Yeah,
and like as she's burning at the stake, the bishop is standing by with the archbishop or whatever, and they're like kind of in that very smug undertone, like, yes, she had lots of foreign glass objects and liquids that I didn't recognize. Clearly witchcraft.
I've been in these streets for 30 years. I ain't never seen something like this before. Whatever it is, they must have put it there.
Yeah. Bullshit pervades, right? Yeah. So it's like it's like, oh, this guy's gonna die real hard. Like somehow you know it's gonna happen. So yeah, that's the catalyst for it. So he's like, yeah, Dracula's
he's justified in his anger.
Oh yeah, you kind of can't really blame him too hard on for all the dismemberment and everything that he brings upon people after that point.
Yeah,
because they're all just like the worst kind of people that you can imagine. And this, of course, takes place in the Dark Ages, so everyone's just at the peak of ignorance.
Every single person is an asshole.
Yeah.
It's amazing we ever got out of that.
It is, actually. It's just somehow like somebody flipped the light switch on and then like, here's the Renaissance. We're like, what?
Well, I imagine that like being in the Dark Ages was pretty much just like living in a shitty neighborhood and not knowing that there was anything better than that at all. Yeah. And there not being anything better than that. Like just people who were like no intelligent people at all. Imagine that. Like I could, because like every once in a while, like every day, you probably talk to say you talk to 10 people in one day. Like one of those people is you're probably like, oh, you're all right. That's cool. Like this person's pretty cool. They are reasonable or whatever. But then the other 9, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Mm-hmm. Imagine just taking that one person away every single day forever. That's why I imagine the Dark Ages are probably like.
Yeah, and you can't travel because like even at one point like Trevor Belmont he approaches some town before he realizes what town he's walking into or what dangers in it. He's like, well, I got to get breakfast here because the nearest town's 40 miles away. I'm like, hey, that's a really far distance, but like even if you're driving, I don't want to drive 40 miles, and walking would be a few days travel or something, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. Well, not a few days, I guess. You could probably do.
Depends on how fast you're going and what the terrain's like, man.
I guess if you walked and didn't stop walking, you could probably make it in 24 hours, I think. Nah, little less. It sucks, though. Yeah, you're right.
How fast people walk? Like 3 miles an hour for walking?
I think it's about 3 miles an hour, like casually, without breaking stride.
Yeah. Anyway.
Whatever.
Point is, it would take a really fucking long time.
Yeah, so, like, furthermore, like, if let's say you hate your neighborhood, but, like, I mean, I should say hate your neighborhood. Like, I hardly spend any time in, like, I live in Brookline right now anyway, and then, but I never really spend time there. And of course, I'm in, like, east of the city right now, so it's where I go most of the time. And but yeah, I wouldn't walk there anyway. The point is, yeah, exactly. Like if you didn't have a car in 1476, and most people didn't, then you probably wouldn't know anything other than your own town.
Right,
is what we're getting at.
Right, and everyone there is probably real dumb.
Yeah.
And the only guys who can maintain or pass knowledge along are the priests who can read, and they're probably assholes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, Castlevania's pretty sweet. You should check it out if you're listening to this and you haven't already watched it.
Yeah.
Especially if you like Castlevania.
Yeah. I guess it's not like all Netflix original stuff isn't rated. I take it because I didn't like. There's no way of knowing until the end of the first episode. Trevor Belmont, you see him for the first time at the end of the episode. He's in a bar and he's just overhearing conversation right before he gets into a massive bar fight. Which they show in the second episode. The conversation that he overhears is about like, the one barfly telling the other one, yeah, so then he says to him, hey, buddy, what are you doing fucking my goat? And he said, like, well, she's in love with me. Like these, but that's the goat that I fucked too.
It's a horrible conversation between two idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely an R-rated endeavor.
Thank God, too, because like rather than... I'm sick of like mature rated games becoming PG-13 movies.
Yeah,
this is a like 13 and up game, I guess. Like by the time Symphony of the Night came out,
Yeah.
it's going to like what's probably like a solid R if it were to be rated.
Yeah.
It's a breath of fresh air. I'm glad that they're stepping it up a notch rather than taking it back.
Well, I think that with as far as because the rest of the world sees America as like a place where we're totally okay with like serious violence. It's like horrific, but we're like, oh no, you can't put boobs on TV. That's really inappropriate.
Yeah.
So like I think because I think Netflix is they produce stuff like in other countries too now. So I think maybe those sensibilities are kind of bleeding over into like the streaming world. You know, where like there's like a lot of Netflix shows just have boobs in them now. Like it's not even a thing anymore. And I'm assuming that's because like like the British don't give a shit about seeing tits all the time. It's in like on there in what's the one magazine? Is it The Sun? I think has that page 3 where it's just naked chicks on it. It's a regular paper, yeah. But that's like a famous.
Well, okay then.
They may have stopped doing that actually. Now that I think about it. Anyway, the point was, yes, the rating is like there is no rating, but that's cool for something like this. I think.
Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah, I wish I'd watched it again. I meant to watch it a second time.
I only watched the whole in the last couple of nights. I think like last night and the night before, between the two.
Yeah,
I saw all of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go. Yeah, we're going to talk about some band stuff since since the three of us are here, and that's it. For those of you out there, the three of us that are talking right now, we're in MidKnight Rose, as Greg mentioned earlier, and we've got some stuff that has been happening. So why don't you guys take it away?
Yep, we got the new album out. Just came out, and it's available everywhere.
Yeah.
I kind of want to read this list just because it's like, it's so many places.
Okay.
I want to read the list. This will take a minute, but it's available.
The album is called Of a Distant Sun.
Yeah, the album is called Of a Distant Sun. It's available on 24/7, 7 digital, 8 tracks, Akazoo. I can't pronounce all these either because some of them are weird. Amazon MP3, one called ANGHAMI. Agami?
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds right.
Apple iTunes, AWA, Deezer, Google Music Store, Groove, iHeartRadio, iMusica, In Production, K Digital, KK Box, and Quack. I think it's Quack. Wait, is that all of them? No, that's not all of them. That's like half of them.
It's okay. I'm enjoying this list actually.
Line
So.
Music, MediaNet, Pandora, Rhapsody, Savan, I think, Shazam, Slacker Radio, Sound Exchange, Spotify, Tidal, Yandex, YouTube Music.
Oh shit, we're on Tidal. We're on that Jay-Z Beyonce shit.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Tidal is owned by Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Oh shit, they own us now.
Yep. And so someone could be listening to the album and then Shazam it, and the information would come up. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know what Shazamming is.
That's where the smartphone app. I don't have it, but like if you're in a restaurant or bar or something, you hear a song, you're like, what is this song? You like activate the app, hold it up, and it listens to the song that's in the room and tells you the title and artist and stuff.
Right on.
It's kind of a clever idea.
Yeah,
It's a good idea.
That's really cool.
It's the coolest whenever you're in a say like a gas station or something, like because I see people using the bar. I'm like, just fucking go up to the jukebox and see what's playing, idiot. or like someone. There have been times when there have been people sitting next to me who is DJing, and they hit the Shazam app. I'm like, I could just tell you what song it is. I'm right here.
I didn't know people were that dumb.
Yeah.
Well, I think I know that's not like once you Shazam it, you can like save it or whatever in your list.
They should
like,
have a
stuff.
Jerr
Oh, okay.
app, and then what it is when you want to know what something is, it just calls you. Like, yeah, check it out. This is a Jerr app. It's just like this guy. He just answers, and you just tell him like, oh, it sounds like this. No. Oh, that's Battletoads. Yeah.
You get your first bill back. You find out it's $25 for every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
That could go Jared have to go in a couple different directions. I thought so that's obviously just Jared's phone number. You call him and say, how's this? But I thought maybe if it were the Jared version of Shazam, where it tells you the title, but it tells you like a totally different title. That's it's like, what is it? The newest one, my favorite from when we played on the 14th, because this was new. We have a song called Between the Stars, and I'm looking at I should have said that because that kind of gives it away. But I would like the halfway through the set, we have a song on the set list called "Penis Scars." I'm like, what the hell is penis scars? And it wasn't until I said it out loud. What is penis scars? And I was like, between the stars. Oh shit, that's it.
See, I thought when you said it, the app would be me telling you something that's wrong.
Yeah.
So
Like a different, slightly off title that sounds similar. Yeah.
I was thinking because I do this thing that I think other people find annoying. It's like if a song is playing, I'm like, yeah, you know this song, right? And like no, like. Seriously, you never heard the song before? Like that's the first thing that happens when you hit the.
Oh, yeah.
they hit the app to like record.
He insults
record it.
you at that.
Are you fucking kidding me? This is a really popular song.
What?
I'll give you some hints first, and that's what the app does.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how obscure it is. It's like, oh, this is the B-side to the Knack's My Sharona. I'm like, who knows the fucking B-side to that song? Or whatever. You know. Also, who knows that it was the Knack that did My Sharona? Like, come on.
Good app. Well, if anybody, any app makers out there, just contact us so we can make that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Be glad to spend hours recording small voiceovers of insults.
Yeah. So, oh, you know what I just realized? Wait, I wonder if one of those things is one of those touch tunes, because that's the that's the
Did I say touch tunes?
I don't know, because you said
I don't know.
like,
I don't want to bring the list. I'll bring the list.
you said a couple dozen things, and like if it's available on touch tunes, that means that we could go to random bars.
Yeah, and just play our own music on the jukebox. That'd be cool.
Oh, is that what that means? It's on the jukebox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, one of those services could be owned
I
by
thought you
the
could get
TouchTunes
anything
people.
you wanted on jukebox, though.
I don't know how that works at all, but if it's uploaded on all these services, it could potentially be on TouchTunes.
Yeah.
We should definitely check it out next time.
If touch tunes and one of these guys are owned by the same company or something, that
Yeah.
could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I forgot Bandcamp and CD Baby.
Yeah, definitely
I forgot that.
Bandcamp is.
Those are the two places you can buy the actual physical CD. Those other ones, I guess, are all just digital downloads.
Right.
I don't think any of those provide physical stuff. But if you want to buy an actual CD on Bandcamp, it's $10.
Okay.
And I want to I got to look up that guy's name because somebody I wanted to say like thanks to like the Louis Pierre, I think, who is the guy who bought our first album online. I just
Okay.
wanted to shout out to him, mention his name.
Cool.
He's from MA. Is that Massachusetts?
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have said that. It's personal information.
Well, no, you didn't give his address or anything.
Yeah, he bought the first album right away too. Like he put in an order for a physical one, which I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah, to
Louis,
that guy. I wanted to
thanks for
thank
that.
him, and I wanted to thank one other dude that ordered because I fucked up the like the shipping cost, like the ordering and stuff.
Yeah.
And somebody paid $20 for one of the albums, which is fucking outrageous.
Yeah.
Like I can't believe somebody would pay that.
Yeah.
What were you thinking, dude? But thank you.
Yeah.
And we will send you a shirt for free with your order.
So you could,
Because
good
god
bonus.
damn, $20. I seen that and I was like, what the fuck?
He just got the limited edition bonus package, which
Yes.
includes a T-shirt.
Yeah, you're gonna get a shirt
That's
too.
the 101. So
Yeah.
save that. Put that on eBay.
That was on Bandcamp. I've fixed it since then, so it's all good.
Okay. So what else? We obviously have T-shirts as well. That's
Yeah.
important.
Yep, you can get them on Bandcamp.
I'm wearing one right now.
Greg is wearing one right now.
Yeah, he is.
In fact, I'll take a picture of Greg wearing this T-shirt so we can use this for the picture for the episode. Here, one, ready? Yeah, 3.
Should I stand up or?
No, that's fine. Right there, that's fine. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Mm-hmm. That'll look for that on the Instagram.
I'm constantly plagued by a mic stand being in the pictures. of the
Oh,
photo.
that's great. Yeah, we played a show, and for all those people who will look at any of this stuff, there is a photo from the show we just played with a mic stand in front of Greg.
Well, there are worse problems to have. That I feel like that's a cool problem to have. Like lots of your Facebook pictures, like mic stands in it. Like that's cool. Most people don't have mic stands
It's
in their
so
pictures.
it's happened so many times to him. And this show in particular, when we were on stage setting up, I looked over and I seen his mic stand was like right in front of him. And I'm like, dude, you should probably get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Because last time we had photos taken, there's a mic stand through his face in every photo. So he's like, okay. He moves it. First photo we see, mic stand. This person like took this photo from like the right side, like just to perfectly get that stand in front of him. It was like they were trying.
Because it's otherwise an awesome photo.
He moved it way out of the way too.
Well, I mean, like I said, having a bunch of mic stands and like a bunch of pictures of you is like a cool thing because it means you're always doing something that has to do with microphones,
That's true. Yeah.
which is more than I think that's cooler than a lot of people
I
can
guess
say.
so.
Yeah.
We didn't thank everybody for coming out to that show too.
Oh, yeah.
Our
No,
show,
we
right?
did actually.
Did we?
Only we did thank them before that show because we thought that episode would drop after the show, but it didn't. It dropped before the show. So we preemptively thanked everybody for coming to the show.
Yeah, that's true.
But now that it's after that, thank you again for coming to the show.
Yeah.
Yep.
We had fun. It was a good time.
Also, I want to make mention Brian set that show up entirely. Like that
Yeah.
was his. He was like the impetus behind that. So yeah, Brian Sykes, how he got us on that and had. Yeah, that was at Mr. Funhouse at Mr. Small's. Whatever. Anyway, he's a good dude. So thanks again, man.
You did a good job, Brian.
Yeah.
And we.
The people who bought our album, that Emily, a girl named Emily I know bought it. And, somebody stole some, so that too.
Somebody stole one. Yeah, we got one
Yeah.
stolen. Yeah, so someone's listening to that right now. That's
Lena
cool.
came out too.
Yeah, shout out to Lena. She's probably
which is
listening to
great.
this.
I hope she's listening. Yeah.
Yep. Shout out to
Jared's mom.
Yep, my mom bought an album. Yeah. Ken was there too. My dad Ken was there, so shout out to him. Shout out to Rob, our podcast mom Rob.
Yeah.
He was out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took video of our show actually, which should be uploaded in parts sometime soon.
Yeah.
When somebody hears this, it'll be up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, really? Okay. So yeah.
They'll have already seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and shout out to the people at Smalls were really great. Denny, the sound guy, was great.
Oh yeah, Danny.
Everything sounded really good.
Yeah, that guy's a pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see him at Club Cafe once. I think the last show that I saw at Club Cafe might have been Rachel playing there.
Does he do sound there too?
Yeah, I knew I recognized him from somewhere, and I went up to him and said, "Look, man, I know you. I just help me out." And he named like one or two venues, but that was the only one that I've been to recently, so I figured it had to have been that one.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He might have done sound the last time like I played there, because I just remember it was a really old guy, but I couldn't put a face to him.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy takes it seriously. I mean, we were talking about that earlier, where he doesn't just set it up and then go have a drink at the bar, or like some other places where we've played. He like halfway through the set, he's just like, you see him kind of dip out into other parts of the crowd to hear what it sounds like, and like maybe like once we take the stage, he's like, oh, okay, that light's not quite, you see him, like,
in
reach up and
between
adjust
somebody's set, he got like in the middle of the floor. He stood up on a stool and scared the shit out of this one girl. Like this old guy, like shaking, standing on this stool. I was worried too. To reach up to grab one of these lights on the ceiling to readjust it because it wasn't like where he wanted it.
Yeah.
That's
dedication.
not everybody does that.
Yeah. And I noticed like I thought ours sounded pretty good, but when we were listening to Argus, shout out to Argus, they were fucking awesome. We were listening to them, and because they have two guitar players, I could clearly hear all the parts that were being played.
Yeah.
Which is really difficult in a small room like that. Like to make sure everything's balanced in a way that you can hear two guitars and a bass and the drums and the singing. And I can pick each one of those things out.
Yeah, that's rare.
I can
for two guitars for sure.
Yeah.
Usually one of them ends up being just like super quiet, and the other one's way loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost never balanced.
Yeah, and like I could clearly hear everything, and it was really impressive. I'm not sure if I could think of more than like maybe one or two other shows I've been able to hear everything that well.
Yeah,
especially in a small room like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to Denny. Good job, man.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. Coming up next, we'll don't have a date yet. We'll probably play Black Forge sometime soon, and
Yeah.
I don't know. Otherwise, in addition to write and review for Grownup Human comic people, you can do that for MidKnight Rose too if you feel the need. If you feel compelled.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that this will be a short episode because we have a couple other things we want to talk about. But we kind of just threw this one together since we didn't have one for this week, and so this is just the three of us kind of sitting down and bullshitting about whatever we've been hanging out and talking about. So
I'll tell you the truth. I kind of wish that Chris were here because he would, or not Chris in particular, but just like somebody else. Because, for example, when Chris was here and he's like, "Yeah, I heard that song Getaway and it was awesome," and he like just talked at length about that for a little bit. And like, "Yeah, Chris, here's 8 more. What do you think about that?"
yeah, we're holding a copy for you.
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, so if you're out there and you want a copy, we have one.
Yeah, almost
with your name on it.
Almost none of our friends and stuff bought any. It's all strangers that bought them.
I actually take that as a compliment.
I guess it is. I mean,
because anybody can sell shit.
they're all
to their
people
friends.
from other states. Like nobody we know bought any.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's
Well,
cool.
Well,
cool, yeah.
if I were to choose between one,
I
like
was surprised.
between my friends buying one or strangers buying them, I guess it feels more genuine when a stranger buys it because you know that there's no
Yeah.
obligation being felt in that way.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
and
Also, a lot of people stole it too. Like not just at the show because some of those got stolen, but also it got pirated. The third day we launched it was like Monday. It was like fully out on everything, and then by Wednesday it was also fully out on like everything illegal. Like, all the Japanese torrent sites, Lithuanian, all their shit. It's everywhere.
We're big in Japan.
Yeah, I can't. Man, I rip off tons of stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't rip off stuff off of like independent movies and stuff like that. Like,
Right.
come on, man, that hurts us. We got to try to sell something.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, even especially the if somebody steals a CD at a show because we actually paid to have that CD made.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
So
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up. Like, can't you be a civilized person and just steal it illegally online?
Yeah,
Yeah. Don't steal a physical thing from us. Like, well,
Yeah.
it's like our property until we sell it to you.
Yeah, we effectively bought that for you. Now.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, that cost us.
Yeah.
Uh,
So if you're gonna come and steal some shit, just steal online, please.
yeah. Just give us a Facebook like or something. Do something. Man.
Yeah. Say you like the album on iTunes.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
or preferably something other than iTunes so we could actually read it.
Right. That too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you review on like Reverb Nation and Bandcamp and stuff?
I think
You can on Reverb Nation you can put like comments and things. Yeah.
Okay.
Also on iTunes, I wouldn't suggest anybody buy it from iTunes because they charge way more than anyone else. They won't let us set our prices.
Yeah.
And they probably take a way bigger cut than anyone else. They're pieces of shit. They're a garbage fucking company.
Yeah.
Everywhere else it's like $5 to download, but there it's $10.
So-
Actually, it's $9.99.
Oh my god.
And they even say on Bandcamp, they're like, don't do that. They say give an honest, straightforward price.
Right.
Because the pieces of shit do that.
Yeah.
They say that when you're filling out all your information. Yeah.
Oh, like the and 99 cents
Yep,
thing.
they say we allow you to change your price to whatever you want. They say don't do that
Yeah.
because that's bullshit.
That's
Because
good.
people are smarter than that. Like,
Yeah.
everyone knows it's not $9. It's fucking $10.
It just comes off dickish and deceptive. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you, iTunes.
They also said that everywhere else is also 24 hours to upload your stuff. Pretty much around the board.
Yeah.
24 hours. They'll have it uploaded. iTunes is like, it could be anywhere from 24 hours to 2 weeks. 2 weeks? What?
They got to give it time to go through all their tax loops and stuff. So
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, they're the worst. If you have Apple stuff out there, just stop. Stop making.
Supporting those fucking criminals.
Yeah, it's look up like Apple's tax history, and you'll maybe rethink buying Apple things. Also, you don't have a headphone jack anymore.
They don't have a headphone jack.
Yeah, that's
no,
true.
No, Apple.
How do you listen to stuff?
you have to-
Just buy a $20 adapter.
or you have to listen through Bluetooth headphones.
Oh, it's like special
Yeah.
Apple Bluetooth.
Oh, they're called AirPods.
Yeah, 'cause you don't have to-
AirPods, AirPods.
No.
Who gives a shit? They're like, and they look real stupid. It looks like your ears are crying. It's like this long thing that sticks down to like here. It looks so fucking stupid.
Looks like your ears are correct.
It does, or like it looks like you have some kind of like some ear
A big
problem.
slug crawling out of your ear.
Yeah, or that you have like a hearing issue.
Jeez.
So yeah,
That
it's
sucks.
anyway.
Well, reviews. I mean, people. I think it's like the site that gets reviews on it all the time. Even if people don't buy from it, is Amazon. So, and you
Yeah.
did say Amazon MP3. So,
Yeah, you can get it there.
most people have an Amazon account.
I think it's a little bit more expensive there. It's not $5. That's another one that they tack something on there that makes it a little bit more expensive.
yeah.
We could still review on
The-
there. Like,
the-
I've definitely written reviews on there for things that I didn't buy on that site.
Yeah.
I think it's more expensive on there because they price each track at $1, like
Right.
99 cents, and then they just add that total up. And since we have 9 songs or 8 songs or whatever,
Yeah.
it's 9?
It's
Nine. Yeah.
9, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like $9.
That makes sense.
It's like
Right.
$8.90 whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuckers. Yeah. So yeah, check out the album on all those things. Yeah, I just thought it was really cool when we signed it to Amazon and searched it and all of the tracks that we wrote in the basement here or on Amazon. That's really weird.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to see on a Japanese site or something that's in Swedish and everything on the site's in Swedish, but you see our shit there.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. We're just waiting for that call to get come play Budokan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We accept your offer. Whatever it may be.
Yeah, Eastern European tour. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's
Yeah, but we're definitely never leaving each other's sight in Eastern Europe. I'm not trying to get kidnapped and hostile and shit. Hey, that stuff happens, man.
See, whenever I think of
I don't think it happens to guys that look like you. Guys look like me. I don't think it really happens to a lot of guys.
That's probably true. Yeah, it's not a lot
Yeah.
of dudes happening to. Yeah.
see, when I think of Sweden, I think of the chick from Lethal Weapon 2, and I'm okay with Sweden.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm trying to visualize her.
Oh, I'm visualizing her. she's the blonde girl who
She's the blonde woman, Greg.
okay, she's a blonde woman.
That's no microaggressions here.
Okay.
Oh. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? And then it took me a second. Yeah, okay, I get it.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. It's not Ilsa from right or from Lost Crusade, is it?
No.
Because I'm visualizing her for some reason.
No, she's oh gosh. No, I'm just about certain that it's not the same actress because it's been a while since I've seen either movie, I guess. But
Okay. Because is she in anything else either?
I don't know. This would be that would be something that I'd like to find out later.
Yeah.
If she's I can't remember. That was what 80. I guess they're both around the same time frame. That was 89, Last Crusade.
Yeah.
Not sure about Lethal Weapon 2. But anyway, so like that. But just trust me when I say she looks all right. So
So what you're saying is we should definitely go to Eastern Europe.
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I got you.
That's all.
I see what you're getting at.
Yeah, that makes sense. All the girls look exactly like that girl.
Yes. Precisely. It's like
All the women look exactly like that.
Oh,
woman.
yeah, we're not allowed to say that now.
Yeah. Well, if to compare it, like if somebody, it might not. It's probably not exactly the same for you guys. But if somebody says would say it's like call me boy, I'd be like, what the fuck did you say?
Oh.
Actually, I mean,
That's
you
fine.
probably still be like somebody said call someone who is your age or young or actually any age.
Yeah.
Like you as an adult man, you'd be like, who are you calling boy?
Oh, that's condescending as fuck.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's a racist overtone with you, but it's still like not a nice thing to say.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why speech is important.
I didn't think about that. I guess like it's more common for like I wouldn't call anyone any male in my peer group a boy, but like whenever I'm talking about some girl,
Right.
it's
Yeah, dude.
Woman.
Motley Crue, they had to change that song.
Women.
Yeah. It sounds way shittier, but like everyone feels better about it.
everyone. Yes.
Well, actually, for me, because it is kind of weird because sometimes if you're talking about somebody who is say like in their mid-20s and you say like, yeah, I was in line and this woman in front of me, you don't think someone in their mid-20s, you think someone who's a little bit older. So it's like,
Yeah.
if I were to say like there was a woman in front of me in line, you'd be like, well, I don't know how old would you think immediately with just that information? You think
I guess at least mid-30s or something.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
When
like-
you say woman, I just think of somebody who works in an office.
Yeah, I guess that.
yeah.
You would never call an older, just a woman who works in. I can't even say girl that works in an office.
Right. Yeah.
Although, like, if there were like some kind of casual mid-step between the two,
I think chicks.
Yeah, I'm sure they love that. There's, you're right. Moving forward, that's exactly what it is. Now, I was gonna say, like, because there's man, there's boy, and then there's guys. So if you
Right,
say, like,
right.
or a handful of dudes, a handful of guys.
I got dolls.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, guys, you got dolls.
Yeah,
That's worse. That's way worse.
Yeah,
broads, dames.
well, broads is definitely offensive.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'm not sure where does dames fall on that one. Because I mean, like dame is a title, like Dame Judi Dench.
I would think
It's
that
not
would
like a
be
knight.
like, if anything, complimentary.
Yeah.
I don't know, dames.
Yeah.
It's like saying some other era of saying babes or whatever. Like, I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
It's not really about what the word actually means. It's just how people perceive it.
Oh, it's the connotation, totally.
Yeah.
There's no good, like, because women have just been like oppressed this whole time. There's no good way of saying, like, I mean,
yeah, but if you say something with a better history behind it, then you can plead ignorance and say, no, I'm not being disrespectful.
Yeah.
I'm being totally respectful.
Like retard.
Oh, yeah, you can't say that. You don't
No,
want to say
but
that.
that's the thing. Retard was the medical term they came up with for a person who had mental retardation.
Yeah.
And because like people like, was like, oh yeah, you're retard. Like they just started using it in a negative way, and it became negative.
Well, and also it's like that's like there are like there are distinctions between like different types of issues. So like you saying that's like a blanket thing. It's like you can't just say like, oh, this person's retarded. It's like that doesn't describe what their problem is.
Well, if you said like mentally ill,
right,
that doesn't sound offensive now, but maybe like in 20 years from now, like you'll be like, you're mentally ill. It's like that might be like retard.
people would be like, whoa, you can't say that.
They're like, whoa,
yeah.
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 How old are you?
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, language is fluid.
Yes.
It's always interesting to talk about. It's always fun to like make ourselves sound like we're assholes and ignorant, but then like try to at least make up for it and be like, we're really aware of what we should be saying, just so no one's thinking us of us
Just choose not to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
In a few decades, we'll say the same things. People will say, well, it's just that old guy in the block. It's okay. His generation will die out.
They're still over there doing podcasts, so I'll fucking order those guys.
And no, they're still doing podcasts.
Whenever everyone else is just like literally linked up mentally 24 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like hive mind then.
They're talking with their mouths over there.
Yeah. Not just sharing thoughts.
To play the game with your hands is a baby's game.
I'm glad you got where I kind of pulled that from.
Yeah. There's either what was it Jake Gyllenhaal or Elijah Wood that said
Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood. Okay, yeah. That's good.
So anyway, you have anything else to contribute to this nonsense?
No.
Okay. Well, we'll move on to the next one. Take a
Yeah.
little break and then hit the other talking points. All right. So that was episode number 38 of Grownup Human Comic People. You can find us at grownuphumans.com, epicastnetwork.com/grownuphumans, iTunes, Stitcher, Facebook, YouTube at Grownup Human Comic People, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram at grownuphumans. So everybody say goodbye to my left, J-Man,
See ya.
Greg.
Until next time. Which, by the way, maybe we should say 10 seconds or less preview what we can expect in the next episode.
Sure. Next episode we're trying to go over. We're talking about One Punch Man, which is an awesome.
If you want to prep for that.
Yeah, One Punch Man, and then we're going to talk about the trailer to. This will be kind of old, I guess, by the time it'll be at least 2 weeks old by the time, or a week and a half old by the time you hear this. But we're going to talk about the trailers for The Walking Dead and for 9/11. Which we're gonna do is we're gonna watch that one live because neither Jerr nor Greg has seen that yet, so we're gonna watch that trailer live. So if you wanna, we'll do like a boop, and then when you can start the trailer, then you can watch along with us and listen to their reactions to the trailer. So
Yeah. I'm looking forward to experiencing that for the first time.
yeah.
So,
That's a good beep noise. You got to do it exactly like that one.
Okay, I can boop. Sorry, boop. There it is.
There it is.
All right, so I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for listening, and good night.